Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday evening, and it's been another kind of rough day. Not like quite like yesterday, but still. Um, I just want to say that the video I did last night was really helpful to me in really pinpointing and helping me to understand uh, what was going on with me in terms of being really upset about losing my ability now to go and even shop for food for myself on my own, and that was hard for me to accept. It is hard for me to accept. Not just was, is. I'm still feeling sad, frustrated, but it's clear. It's clear. Went for a walk today, the early afternoon. I just wanted to walk outside, be outside. I was going to walk around the block, that's all. And I did. I started walking, and I just, as always, I tell myself, just go as far as you can and turn back. You can always turn back. You don't have to keep going. So I started walking, and within about a quarter block, not even half a block, quarter block, I had to stop and catch my breath, and I decided to keep going. And then I started feeling some pain in my chest as I kept walking. So I would stop, catch my breath, let the pain ease up, and then keep walking. And once I get to a halfway point, I figure halfway back is halfway back, either way you go. So I just kept going, but this chest pain that I felt today, and I have felt before, quite a few times as of late, when I've gone shopping, well, mainly just when I've gone shopping, or even a couple times in my apartment when I did some house cleaning. I got chest pain. And all the years I've had heart trouble, growing up with, heart surgery and all that stuff, I never had chest pain. And every time I go to a doctor, through my whole life, one of the first questions they'd ask me was, do you have any chest pain? And I'm like, no. I don't even know what that would feel like. And I've had, pain where and then you burp, if you ever have that. And the pain goes instantly away, so it was just, you had to burp. And so that I knew, that I have felt before. But about a year, I guess it's been about a year now, I had a real bad anemia. And when I would be walking, I would be getting really short of breath. And I would get chest, pain that hurt in my chest. But I'd stop because I was short of breath. And then the pain would subside when I'd stop to catch my breath. And then I'd go, and it wouldn't happen every single time. It just happened, it would happen when I felt like I was really pushing myself, I gotta get home, and I'm pushing myself and I'm feeling pain. And it took me quite a while, and it really did. Whether it was denial or I don't know what, but I just kept thinking, that can't possibly be pain from my heart, because I've never had that before. Excuse me. It just can't possibly be. And even when I went to the hematologist back then, because of the anemia, and I told him about it, he said, yeah, you can get chest pain when you have anemia because your heart's not getting oxygen. And I was like, whoa, that really is chest pain. So back then I got a couple of infusions of iron, and after my hemoglobin came back up, it's still below normal, but it came back much better than it was, and that chest pain kind of went away for the most part. I mean, I just didn't notice it anymore. But I'd say in the last maybe month and a half, 2 months maybe, I can't even actually remember, I've been having more chest pain. Off and on. Again, kind of when I'm pushing myself out, when I was walking shopping and stuff, I would get chest pain. And I really couldn't deny what was happening, that I was having chest pain. But I also realized I'm not going to do anything about it because I'm not going to go through testing, have a catheterization to see if my arteries are, blocked or any of that stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm on hospice mode, and I wouldn't be having any operation or anything like that. So I just kind of dealt with it. And today, after yesterday, with my kind of breakdown about losing my ability to go shopping for myself, and then today taking that walk and having chest pain, sometimes I'm slow and I give up, not easily, but now I get it. I get it. I can talk about like I'm dying, like there's no problem. But now it's like getting more and more and more and more and more real, like really real. And it's not intellectual anymore at all. Well, it still is some. But I could be walking down the street and have a heart attack. Or I could be sitting here and have a heart attack. I don't know what's going on, but I am having chest pain. Point is, I cannot push myself unless I want to, have the risk of having a heart attack or something. But I can't push myself. Can't push myself to even walk around the block anymore. At least not if I'm alone. That's something that came clear to me today. I cannot just leave the house and go walking on my own, because what if I drop on the ground? And then what would happen then, since I'm not able to communicate perhaps, ambulance might come and they would do everything possible to resuscitate me, which, which I don't want. So it came clear to me today that I cannot go even walking on my own outside anymore, alone. I could get a friend to walk with me, somebody who I know, who knows what the story is, and will help, if anything happens. But it's much safer for me if I just stay here. I mean, here meaning in my apartment, and I can still go down to the garden and up to the roof deck and sit out. So I still do have that. And oh man. So I think that's where I'm at. The other thing I did today was read my palliative care doctor. I read her notes from our last meeting last Friday, a week ago anyway. And I read her notes because they hadn't come up until today from our meeting, and she, in there, even said, she recommended to me to get into hospice care because she's quite certain I would be eligible for it at this point. And I know her well enough to know she wouldn't say that if she didn't think it, if she was even a little bit doubtful. She did write that, when I'm ready. So I've had this week to think about it, and these things have happened all week. So I think I'm going to write her a note tomorrow, on the portal, patient portal. And let her know I'm ready. It's time to just get on hospice. That doesn't mean I'm going to die instantly, I could have still weeks, couple months left. I don't know. Like I've said a couple times, I don't think I have very long to go. So it's time. And I don't want to give her up. Yet another thing to give up. Somebody that I really trust and like and feel comfortable with. Wow. That's all I can say. It's wow. So that's what I am going to do next, tomorrow. Should I live till tomorrow? I'm going to write a note and let her know I'm ready to apply back, go on hospice. They probably wouldn't be able to come out to, assess me till next week. Well, for sure. The earliest would be next week. So it's not like it's going to happen immediately, but it's time. Wow. I'm speechless. And, up until recently, I've kind of even sort of glib about it all. Well, I'm going to die, and it's coming soon, and because I'm not uncomfortable with death, but now that it's really coming, it's a little sobering. Yeah. So, So thank you. I don't want to just sit here wasting anybody's time. Thank you for listening again. And I'll do my best at keeping up every other day or so, or, if something big happens, keeping up on the videos, and because I want anybody else going through this, that is still my purpose of doing these videos. It's helping me a lot, believe it or not, to be able to talk this stuff out. It's helping me, where my intention is to perhaps help somebody else maybe going through this, or somebody else has a loved one going through this, so you can know what it's like. So, I thank you. I'm grateful for this, and have a good night.